Hello, it's been a while. So, Sam the Jewish guy talking about my time in Israel. So, it's been 5 months, almost 6 months. Hasn't been easy. I feel so much for every immigrant, including my parents, who have had to learn a new language, a new system. I mean, Israel is very easy because everyone speaks English. You call anyone, most of the time it's very easy. Bureaucracy here is not so easy. Less in Israel than other places, partially because there's less systems here and people rely on people to be smart. And for the most part, they are. Of course, bureaucracy weighs you down a little bit. Still waiting for my Aliyah status to go through. Um, but overall, very, very happy here. It's just so easy to get into like the culture here, and I don't know. Just one thing that I realize is very important that I think most Jews have never felt, except for those who live in Israel. And the ones who live in Israel, I think, take it a little bit for granted, is that wherever you live as a Jew, you're not in a majority. You always feel like a minority. And in Israel, it's the first place where I've ever felt to be a majority. I'm still a minority because I'm American and I'm Russian. So I think there's no place where anyone truly feels like a minority because you always have different opinions or something. But here, definitely feel like you're a majority. You feel like you have a say. It's a very powerful and important feeling, I think. And so I understand when a majority feels threatened. I think it's made me understand the Trump crowd a lot more. There's fears here as immigration comes in. I think it's a legitimate fear given human history. But I understand that now, being here. Oh, so much to say. I'm going to write up a blog post. I've been writing about this, so I do plan to talk more about it. If you have any questions about Israel, about life here, of course, ask in the comments. Um, I'm here in Tel Aviv Beach right now. It's Shabbat Eve, so everyone's out and about. You can see all the stores. I just did a 7 kilometer run and it's all like this. It's spring here. I mean, people are always on the beach here on Shabbat, especially. Nowhere to go really because all the public transport doesn't work. Um, so people really enjoy the beach. People enjoy going to bars and restaurants. Tel Aviv is especially known for that. You can go on a Monday night and the bars will be packed. I kid you not. It will be hail and rain. We actually went out once, pouring rain, and the bar was packed. So San Diego, this would never happen. What else? I don't know, just very, public transportation is great here. It's crazy here. The bus drivers are like Mario Andretti. I kid that the rejects of the bus drivers go and become India drivers because they are fast and furious, but easy to get any place, half an hour. Although I have to say that this is almost the top of North Tel Aviv here. After that starts Netanya, and I ran from Jaffa. That's way over there. You see those tall buildings. That's where I ran from. That was a half-hour run. So, pretty small place, very small place, and yet packed. It's interesting. I'm starting to recognize people now in the streets. Like, you see this homeless guy or this person on the bike that you've seen over and over. So, it's a really small country, small city. You start to recognize how small it is. I went to a Shabbat today. It's most services here are Orthodox, so usually men and women are split. But I found the conservative synagogue where it's in Hebrew, which I like, so it's not Reform, which is in English usually, but it's also people are sit together, so men and women sit together, which is nice because my wife likes that. So, but overall, 5 months have gone by super quick. The first month was the toughest. It took time to figure things out, but once you get that figured out, it goes pretty easy. Learning Hebrew here and there, hoping once we get our citizenship, I can start to learn in the Ulpan and seriously get the language. Language is very difficult, but you get used to it. I think starting to be able to read fairly quickly, so 35 years old, 36 now, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's doable. Security situation here is, of course, tense. but I think overall I can run at night. The crime is very low. I think right now it's you know, knock on wood, fairly calm. Hopefully it'll get calmer. It was a bump up, you know, thanks to Trump and the move of the embassy. So I hope peace will happen as two people make a life together. Once you have something to lose, I think people are less likely to fight and actually make something of it. Um, but yeah, so Shabbat Shalom to United States here. It's the end of Shabbat. I start school and work tomorrow. Um, but hope you enjoyed it. And if you have questions, again, ask away. And I can talk about whatever questions you have in the next video blog. Hopefully sooner than 5 months. And thanks for tuning in. Ciao. Yalla bye.